Now, many times on this channel, I have probably said that I hate Safari. Safari is terrible. And I have something to say about that. I'm Skylar. Let's get started. Today, I think Safari is the best browser ever. And I may actually think that now. After doing a little bit of research into Safari being a great browser, I have actually found out that it might be a great browser. So, this was sparked recently by a problem that I had with Chrome. Chrome had a new update, and which happens occasionally. Chrome was my personal browser. But the problem that I had is that Chrome decided that they were going to introduce an ugly bottom bar into their browser. And while this may seem like, just a bottom bar, but this bottom bar right here in Chrome irritates me. I hate this being in the way of my screen. Even though it goes away when I scroll, I hate it being there. And that was always the reason why I hated Safari. Because Safari as well had this bottom bar that disappeared when you scrolled. But the reason that I decided to like Safari was started by a simple thing that when you go to put in a password in Safari, it will automatically put it in for you in a nice, fancy Apple iOS integrated way. It's about that iOS Apple life, when you have everything stored with Apple Keychain, or in my case, a password manager that is integrated in with Apple Keychain. And it all works together well, because I use Safari now, and Safari works with that. And it can also generate passwords too for you to use. Now, my next point in my argument is that Safari, when in landscape, does this amazing thing where it shows your tabs for you, and you can easily multitask between tabs. It's actually really cool and useful. While many other browsers don't do that, but Safari does. Now, one thing that I like about Chrome, that Chrome has going for it, is the ability to go back with a gesture swipe. But it turns out Safari has the same exact gesture swipe. It's quite cool, actually. So let me show you here that if we were at Samsung, now we're going to apple.com, we can swipe back, we can swipe back the other way. It's actually really useful. And again, bar goes away when we're scrolling, so I'm not too bothered by that anymore, which is really pretty good. You have your reload button up here, which is where I like it. I don't like to reach down for most things. Now, some people have a problem with Safari where a bunch of tabs open up and you can't close them. But it turns out you actually can. If you hold down on this tab button, you've closed this tab and close all tabs, which is incredibly useful because you click on an advertisement or something, it opens in Safari. So that's pretty useful. Now let's move on to my next argument, which is the amazing, amazing feature Safari has. This is Reader View. So this up here in the top left corner transforms a website into something you can read like this. It gets rid of the ads, it gets your pop-up, just pictures and text. And it's beautiful. You can change your font, you can change your background color, you can make it smaller, bigger, whatever you want. It's amazingly useful. But say we don't want to use that. We're on a different website and we want to see all of its features. Well, the thing we can do now is we can get an app like Firefox Focus, or we can get a different app. Now, the thing we can do now is we can get an app like Firefox Focus, or a different app, and inside of Settings, Safari, we can enable a content blocker. But I have something else to say that is one negative thing about Safari. The settings for the app are in the Settings app, which is terrible. If Apple fixes that, I will love Safari. So we can turn on this content blocker. And now, when we go back into Safari, and we reload this web page, it's going to get rid of some ads and stuff for us to make our experience easier. So, it doesn't get rid of this. You need reader mode to get rid of this. But no ad at the top of the page. No ads when scrolling through the page. It's actually really useful and really cool. I love it. Now, I want to go back to another point, which was using it in landscape mode, which is really useful because even the top bar goes away when you're in landscape mode. But then it comes back when you scroll up, and you can quickly multitask between tabs really, really easily. That's just why Safari is such a great browser. That's what I think, and I'm super happy about Safari. It's going to be my new browser, and that's why I think it should be your new browser too. I'm iSkyler. You can find a link in the description to something I decide on, and you can find a link to get Honey for free. Honey automatically applies coupon codes at checkout to save you money. Like, instead of searching for coupon codes, it'll automatically put them in for you. It's pretty useful. I like it. And if you use my links, it helps the channel. I'm iSkyler. Thanks for watching. Bye.